let's go ahead and hop right in. I don't have anything on my face. It's actually the end of the day and I washed my face because I've been outside. So I'm gonna go and just moisturize with a little bit of my Clara and Fritz Essential Balm. This is a tallow moisturizer. And like every video that I do, I will have everything listed and linked in the description box with discount codes. I have discount codes with quite a few of these brands that I'm using today, including my favorite tallow. So nothing new here. I'm going to use my Kingdom Come Home Tallow and Milk Foundation. I'm going to mix the shades 3 and 4. The 160 Chubby blender. So this is what the brush looks like, and I placed an order for some of their eyeshadows because they were having 25% off. It was their anniversary sale, so I went ahead and threw this in my cart as well to try, and I've already used it once and I love it. It reminds me of the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. Do y'all remember that brush? That used to be one of my favorite brushes. It's nice because you can do this motion, just kind of spreading almost like a paddle brush, but then you can also do circular motions like a buffing brush, or you can do patting motions like a stippling brush. So I'm thinking as I order things, just as time goes on, anytime I order from a brand, I'll just throw one of their brushes. If I see one that I like, I'll throw one of their brushes into my cart and we'll slowly kind of test brushes that way. And I'm also going to take a little bit of foundation on my eyelids. I'm going to go in with a little bit of my Kingdom Come Home creamy coconut concealer in the shade Toffee first. Let's take down the inner and outer corner. And then on the center of my under eye, I'm going to go in with the shade Light Tan. And I'm going to let that sit for a second. For the rest of my face, I'm going to use my Perez Arnica concealer. This is in the shade Brew. And I'm going to use that same Adele brush. I'm just going to pick up the concealer directly from the pot. It actually fits perfectly into the pot. And I'm going to apply this anywhere on the face where I need a little bit more coverage. I prefer this formula for the face. It's more of a matte finish, has more coverage. And I'm going to go ahead and just use that same brush and I'm going to blend out my under eyes. Yeah, but it really is just like the perfect shape for any part of the face. So we're looking quite shiny. I always forget when I use this tallow foundation, I really don't need to go in with an extra layer of tallow underneath because I feel like it gets a little too shiny, but that's okay. I'm going to set it down with my favorite Adele finishing powder, but I'm just going to use the Adele finishing powder on my under eyes and through my T-zone, just anywhere where I tend to get really shiny throughout the day and I want it to be really blurred and set. But I actually have a brand new powder that I'm going to use for the rest of my face. But for the rest of my face, I'm actually going to be using this powder. I have used it once already and I really like it so far. This is the Kingdom Come Home Botanical Powder Foundation in the shade Medium. This is a baked powder foundation and it's really, really nice. Very buttery, creamy, not drying at all. So I'm going to take this on a denser brush and press this onto the rest of my face. I have not used this as a powder foundation by itself, so I definitely want to try that at some point. It's really nice on top of foundation just to add a little bit more coverage, set your foundation down, and it's like it gives such a flawless finish to the skin. I'm going to do a little bit of contour using my Toups & Co bronzer, and I really just keep this right at the very outer perimeter of my face. Then for bronzer, I'm going to use my Candid Naturals Sunkissed bronzer. And if you can hear background noise, I'm doing laundry. I feel like I'm doing laundry in every video. For blush, I'm actually going to use my Elevate Beauty Faith Over Fear liquid lip. I'm just going to apply it directly to my cheek. Did order a bunch of her matte lip edit just because I love this formula so much. So maybe I'll do a swatch video for her matte liquid lips. I did do a swatch video of her entire sculpt edit. That was 2 videos ago, so if you're curious about her sculpt edit as well as comparisons to some of my just favorite lip pencils that I've had over the years. Definitely check out that video. I did lip swatches as well as arm swatches. All right, so I think I'm done with the skin for now. I'm gonna spray everything down with my TaylorMade finishing spray. And actually, I'm gonna add a little bit of powder blush. I'm gonna add my Kingdom Come Home Botanical Blush in Desert Rose. And I just realized I never did highlighter, but maybe we'll just skip it today or I'll add it in at the end. So I actually have a lot of new eye products. I'm not going to use everything today, but I figured I would just show you everything. What I am going to use today, what I really just want to dig into, are these Adele loose eyeshadows. That's the word, loose eyeshadows. So I got 6 shades. Again, they were having their 25% off anniversary sale. I had been wanting to try these for a really long time, but they're quite expensive. So I took advantage of the anniversary sale and I got 6 of these, and they actually come in a frosted glass jar, which I thought was really nice. I was not expecting that at all. I don't know why I thought they were going to come in just like a plastic container, but it's really nice packaging. So I've got those, and that's what I really want to play with today. I also have 2 new eyeshadow palettes from Lynn Cosmetics. I have their Volume 1 eyeshadow palette, which is so beautiful. Like, if you love warm tones, this is gorgeous. It's reminding me a lot of my favorite MAC shades, like Swiss chocolate, maybe like soft brown. I love all these tones. So I have this eyeshadow palette. I did a look on my Instagram using this. So if you want to see this in action, I do have an Instagram post using that. And then I also have their I think it's level 5, not volume 5, level 5 eyeshadow palette, which is really gorgeous. I cannot wait to dig into this as well, but I think I'm going to wait and do an entire look using just this palette. These colors are so cool, and there's actually a bunch of interesting textures in here too. Like, this is just a straight up glitter. I don't even, like, I was sticking my finger in it and it doesn't even feel like there's any binder in there. Like, it feels just like a dry glitter. But then there's also like this one, which I think is more of like a creamy glitter. I just love the color story. So they actually ended up sending me these 2 eyeshadow palettes, which I thought was really sweet. This is another Christian makeup brand, and we'll do different videos with this. But I think today I just want to stick with the Adele. I'll swatch them all, and we'll see what kind of eye look we come up with. So this is the shade Dusk. This is described as a soft, shimmery, light tan. This is the shade Creme Brulee, and it is described as a medium terracotta matte shade. This is the shade Frosting, and it is described as a creamy white satin shimmer. This is the shade Safari, and it is described as a taupe with a satin sheen. This is the shade Dreamy, and it is described as a dark taupe satin shimmer. And this is the shade Just Peachy, and it is described as a shimmer peach. So all of those were dry swatches, but I really want to try and use some of these wet, especially the shimmers. The shimmer is just so beautiful. Like, the shade Just Peachy has like different colored flecks of glitter. It's not just one shade. I'm seeing like blue, green, a little bit of purple. Like, it's just really, really gorgeous. So we'll play with these today. I'm not going to use all of them, obviously. The shades that are calling out to me the most are Creme Brulee, which was that really pretty rich matte terracotta, and then Just Peachy I thought I would want to play with today. Let's start with Creme Brulee. I'm going to put some in the lid, and I'm going to apply this all over my lid, and then just slowly kind of blend it up into the crease. Oh wow, okay, this is a lot of pigment. All right, this is really nice. I was kind of worried because when they swatch very, very soft, and I wasn't sure this was actually gonna show up like this. All right, I'm just gonna wipe off my brush on a towel, and then just go back in and blend that up all the way to my brow. Yeah, that is a gorgeous shade. I mean, I feel like it shows up pretty true to color. All right, I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush and apply this to my lower lash line. All right, I'm gonna take a little bit more of that shade on that smaller brush and just pack it on a little bit more right on the lid. Wow, this is such a pretty color. It reminds me of MAC Uninterrupted, but less olivey. And you're getting 1 gram with each of these eyeshadows. It doesn't say it on the packaging, but on the website it says 1 gram. So I really want to put just Peachy on top of this because I think it's gonna be stunning, and I want to use just Peachy wet. So again, I'm gonna take some in the cap. I want y'all to see this color. I'm gonna turn my lights down. All right, I'm gonna take my TaylorMade finishing spray. Any glycerin based spray will work. I mean, even honestly, water will probably work just fine. Spray my brush. I'm gonna dip it into just Peachy. Oh wow. Yeah. Look how stunning that is. Yeah, it looks foiled. Take a little bit more of creme brulee. Just blend a little bit of that through the crease. Yeah, that is gorgeous. So pretty. Reminds me of, so just for comparisons, this is MAC Honey Lust, and then this is the shade we just used, which was peach, just peachy. So this is the shade from Adele that we just used. Honey Lust is a lot more dry. Like this has more of that punch to it. Just because we're here, I want to take a little bit of frosting, just that really, really light white shimmer, just the tiniest bit, just whatever's in the cap. I want to pop a little bit of that on the center. I'm going to do mascara, and then I'm going to do some liner in my waterline, and then we'll come back and finish off the look. Right, so just to experiment a little bit, I think it's going to be a little too glittery for the highlight that I normally go for, but just because I want to try it, I'm going to take the shade Just Peachy, and I'm going to use this as a face highlight. So I'm just going to use whatever's in the cap. Actually, it's not showing up as glittery as I thought. Oh, if y'all could see my table right now, it is a mess. All right, for the lip, I'm going to start with Faith Over Fear. And then after that's dried down, I'm going to go in with the Elevate Sculpt Edit in Truth Seeker. And then final step, I'm going to go in with my color correcting powder from Kingdom Come Home. And I'm just going to pop that under the eyes just to help brighten that area. On the forehead and a little on the chin. Alright guys, that is the final look. What do we think? I think these eyeshadows are absolutely stunning. Like I mentioned, I will definitely do other looks using the Lynn Cosmetics eyeshadow palettes. So I'm excited to start creating some really fun fall looks and do some fun eyeshadow looks. So I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Again, everything will be listed and linked in the description box down below, including any discount codes. But I absolutely loved everything we used today, and I can't wait to play with it again in another video. So thank y'all so much for being here today as always. Remember, I love you, God so loves you, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Bye guys.